Dr. Khwaja Mudassir to please go ahead with his presentation.
Yes, good evening. I hope I'm audible.
Yes.
And I'm able to share my screen.
Yes, we can see your screen.
So good evening, everybody, once again. And I'll again start with repeating what Dr. Deepak Chaudhary started, that I would like to compliment, first of all, our International President, AP Singh, for taking family health on such a big scale. And of course, giving the responsibility to the most reliable person, I think, like Naresh Bandari. And of course, then nagaRAJU has taken all the LCIPs together and arranged this this series of lectures so well. And I think we have definitely, I myself have definitely learned over the last 4 or 5 days lots in how to deal and prevent mental health. I'm from Mumbai, and you will agree that, of course, the stress level in a place like Mumbai is much better than many other cities in the world. And being in medical practice over the last 40 years, we have seen that there is a very high prevalence of mental health illness in the society. Actually, I would say that a lot of cases which I have been seeing, which present in a physical way, are probably related to mental stress. And they present like a psychosomatic illness. Psychosomatic is the word which we use where the illness presents as the illness of the body, a physical illness, but related to the stress in the brain or a mental. So basically, we have to diagnose whether it is a physical illness or whether it is related to a mental illness. And because of the high prevalence, this has resulted in a very significant economic loss. We have people who are not able to attend to their duties regularly. We have students who don't go for the classes regularly. And even ladies who are working as homemakers, because of mental stress, are not able to perform their duties as to the best level as they can. And that definitely affects the entire happiness and the goodness of the entire family. As we have seen over the last 5-6 lectures, everyone has seen that the deaths due to the mental stress has increased, and Dr. Deepak Chaudhary was going to cover this point, and I think he'll definitely cover it, how we can prevent this increased incidence of suicide. So definitely, I would like to compliment all the people who have taken up mental health as a global cause for this year, and I'm sure we'll take up as a permanent cause later. In fact, I'm wondering why we have not taken it all these years. So it is really definitely important. My role is to define the role of the family, one's own family, in preventing mental illness or mental health. I will have some questions for you. I would like you to please reply in the chat box. If a person is probably suffering from mental ill health, who will be the first people to diagnose it? Will it be the family? Will it be the friends? Will it be teachers? Will it be someone else in society? I would like people to respond to this question in the chat box. So I'm seeing it: family, mother, family, Ratan. So thank you very much. So the response in the chat box, as per we have the people who are here, are mostly agreeing that the family, and of course now like Sanjeev Gandhi has said close friends. So I agree, there will be some close friends who are almost like a family, and they will be also able to recognize. The second question which I would like to ask all the people here is, if a person is suffering from mental illness, definitely some people around him will have some affection for him and wish to help him. So who will be the people who will have the maximum affection for him? Again, I would like to ask: family, friends, teachers, or other members in society. Spouse, friends, parents. We are getting the Bhagavad Gita is saying parents. The responses are very coming fast, but Urvi is saying family, parents. So again, once again, the people here are agreeing that the most affection which the people will have among all his acquaintances for someone suffering from mental illness is again the family. Suppose a person is suffering from mental illness and we give him remedial measures. Now the third question is, when we are seeing that either the person is improving or he is not improving or deteriorating further, who will be again the first people to see the response to whatever treatment we are giving? Again, will it be the family? Will it be the friends? Will it be again his teachers or again other members in his? So I would again like you to respond to this question, like who will be the people to see the response to the treatment and whether he's improving or not improving. Bhagavad Gita is again saying family. Sri Kashi from Kakinada is saying parents. Vijaya is family. Ratan, doctor and only doctor. Dr. A.K. Saab is saying family. Lata is saying psychiatrist. So I agree with you all. Again, the majority is saying that it is the family. Of course, the doctor who is treating or even his friends who are taking will again be served. So I think from the answers here, we have seen the role and importance of one's own family in preventing mental illness and also in recovering from it. Now, how does family prevent mental illness? So we'll divide into two parts. Like how strong, we'll first see how strong family bonds prevent mental ill health. And of course, the second part of our lecture will be how to strengthen the family bonds. It is not necessary that every family will have a strong bond and will be able to prevent mental illness. So our main target is how strong bonds will prevent illness, and then how to further strengthen the family bonds. Now, speaking as regarding how strong family bonds prevent mental illness, one is that the family is the closest to the person and he or she will be able to give the best support whenever the person affected or going to be affected is under emotional stress. Just imagine, suppose the person is having a heartbreak. Again, the members of his family will be able to support him. I remember a friend of mine. Unfortunately, his daughter had to undergo a heartbreak, and the engagement had to be broken off. The entire family was so close. The parents and the siblings also supported the affected person in such a good way that she was able to recover from it very fast. Again, whether it is a scholastic failure. One of my friends' child wanted to go to IIT. Unfortunately, she was not able to get the marks in the first attempt. Again, the family stood by her, again motivated her, and she was able to appear it for a second time, and next time she got whatever she wanted. So the role of the family in giving a strong emotional backing whenever required is very important. Similarly, it is whether a person loses his job. So whenever the person is under stress, the family, if there is a strong bond, will stand with him and overcome the stress. So as the second thing is, it helps to cope better with challenges. I think we are all agreeing that basically life is always a series of challenges which we have to overcome. And once we go on overcoming them, that mental stress will definitely reduce, and we overcome them, happiness will be there. How does the family prevent, whenever there is an acute precipitating episode, the family will stand with the person and prevent him to going into mental illness. Even when the going is good, you build his confidence by talking to him repeatedly, by supporting him. And once the person's confidence is better, then even when he is under stress, the response will not be that bad so that to push him into a mental illness. Even suppose the person is under stress, the family will show him alternate modes of way in which he can approach the issue and probably overcome it. Of course, life is full of sorrow and joy. When you are having a very sorry episode, the entire family will stand by him or her and then definitely reduce the effect that unfortunate incident has on the person. And of course, crying will always help reduce the sorrow. Of course, if there is something which is going on, which is making the person happy, suppose he got some success, again the family will stand with him, enjoy with him, and double the success. Even so, this I have covered even the better responses to life challenges. Whenever there is a challenge, if you hold hands, then definitely the person going to be affected will be in a better position. Prepare them in advance. Like your experienced members in the family will naturally know what are the challenges which he's going to face and prepare him in advance so that when he comes to the challenge, he's ready to take it and come out with flying colors. And therefore, the family will also motivate him whenever there's going to be a very challenging this thing. And once the family is there, so we are very clear. I think that if the family stands with the person during an emotional stress, the person will be in a better position to overcome whatever challenge he is and prevent mental ill health. Now, so as I said, not all families may have a very strong bond. It is important that when a person is facing the challenge, we teach the family how to strengthen the family bond. I think I'm speaking more like a doctor. But anyway, so because speaking to patients, because whenever we have a patient, we have faced this, that a lot of stress is relating to their illnesses and somehow we have to manage with them. So we have to teach them how to improve the family bond. So I am looking at it from that day. Now, how do we strengthen the family bond? First and foremost is that they should spend more time with each other, trying to understand each other. One of the most important times is that you share your meal times, or at least so many times we have heard in various seminars that at least share one meal where the entire family should be there, relax, and that is the time where they get to meet, a bond with each other well, understand each other's problems, and understand each other's happiness also. I look at it from both sides, both the happiness as well as the sorrow. So one meal at least, definitely, of course, if they can have both the meals together, that'll be wonderful. But unfortunately, I think even this is, in our today's life, probably the incidence of having meals together is probably going down. Second thing we can do is go out with long drive. Just go out, enjoy. And without any reason, you don't have to be on the toes. On a Sunday, I have one friend, I know, every weekend or every alternate weekend, and especially during the monsoon, he just gets in the car, entire family goes to this thing where on the mountainside where it is all raining and the waterfalls are in full speed. And then recently he went there and he went with his uncle, and uncle said, "You lift your wife and I'll take a video." So definitely that creates a very, and he showed us the video, and he was happy, of course, showing the video, and we were also happy. You know, he must be a little younger than me, but at this age also he is celebrating his anniversary, means his honeymoon on a wet day. So that is why going out for a long drive. Second thing, of course, so basically it is that you spend quality time with each other. Build trust by listening to each other. It is important that when you're together, if a person is saying something, listen. One of my friend's son was staying with his uncle, and uncle and aunt when he went to Mumbai for studying in the college. So he used to go to college, spend a whole day, and come back and tell the entire stories of the whole day. Of course, his aunt was not that interested, but she knew that by listening to him, he was studying standard 12 that time. She knew that by listening to him, she will be supporting him in his quest for doing well in the exam and also prevent any stress he has because of the studies. And this was later told to us that I said, so that is good that you supported him. So it's excellent. So you will mention whenever you're talking to each other, of course, mention the lows of the day. Suppose when you are feeling low, when you're feeling stressed, they tell you, naturally, the stress which you are under will definitely reduce. And again, what I mentioned earlier, if there has been a happy episode, you got a promotion, you got a raise, just mention it and the whole thing will enjoy. Probably they'll get a box of seeds and you'll all share it together. So happiness, whenever it is shared, becomes double. Sorrow, when it is shared, becomes half. The more you share it, the more you will reduce. So that is the importance of listening to each other. Create a feeling of oneness in the family members. मैं हूं ना. अगर कोई भी तकलीफ है, if you are suffering, if you are under stress, please let me know. I'll be there with you. And that gives a big confidence to whoever the person is, whatever that person may be suffering from. Regular communication with each other. People, I think sometimes I'm just talking a little jovially. A wife calls up the husband too often, then people will start making fun in the house. But I think one or two calls in a day, even if they're in different places, will definitely soothe the nerves both for the spouse. Even if they are, even when they come out regular conversation, the father can talk to the son. Okay, son, how are you doing in school? How are you doing in college? Or even when he's a job, how are you doing a job? Are you feeling happy in the job? See, if you interact with each other, if you communicate with each other, I think definitely you will have a better strengthening of the bond, and the person who may be under stress will know that his family is going to stand by him and will be definitely in a stronger position to overcome the stress. Second thing is you can have fun times together, laugh together. We have laughter clubs in a lot of colonies, and we see people laughing. Of course, the laughter gives you a lot of energy and a lot of positivity. So why can't we do? You can laugh together, have a little joking in the family also, and may not be pulling each other, but have enjoyment. So all these things will be there, which will definitely improve the bonds of the family. And in case any of the family member is going to push over the bridge with a mental illness, I think that will even prevent it, give him the confidence to overcome the whatever the precipitating factor may be, and surely prevent mental illness. So I would like to conclude by saying that strong family bonds should be the first line of defense to prevent mental illness. I think if we have strong bonds, the chances of a person being pushed over the edge will be much less, and we should use the available skills to strengthen the family bonds so that whenever the person or the member of the family is faced with a challenge, they will definitely be in a strong position. Once again, I would like to thank all of you for the very patient hearing. I hope I am in time, or perhaps some time has been saved. And thank you, Lion nagaRAJU, for coordinating this entire series of lectures so well, giving us wonderful topic. It has been a very learning experience for me. Of course, our mentor, PID Lion Narendra Bhandari, whenever he is taking up anything, he takes it to perfection. And I'm sure that this mental ill health is going to become one of the most important focus areas of Lions. And let's see if we can prevent mental illness, increase the productivity, and make everyone happy and have a very happy future for everyone. So thank you. If any questions, of course, they are most welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Mudassir. You have given quite a lot of very, very relevant and useful tips to how to make family first, and then how to achieve greater mental, not just peace, but mental bliss, perhaps. So how easy it is in case we follow these steps. And most of them personally perhaps have come from your personal life. And I'm very happy. Maybe in all likelihood, you have a very happy family with so much of personal experience how to make your life better with these tips. So questions now? Shama has already risen her hand.
No, there's not a question. Actually, Mudassir, I went down the memory lane when my father used to come, being a chief town planner in Sachivalai. He was working as a engineer, and my mother didn't know anything because she is just 10th pass. But every day when he used to come, they sit there and they talk to both talk with each other like 10 minutes. Though my mother don't know anything also, he'll just let it out, and that just recollected my memory that it also happened. So we have to listen whether we know the actual scenario or not. We should not respond.
Fantastic, really. I think sharing anything, whether a bad episode or a good episode, will definitely improve both ways, as I said. So very good, fantastic. I think there are many instances like that will be there. Yeah.
Dr. Mudassir, there is a comment I would like you to, give your opinion on that. Lionism takes away a lot of our time. So it is difficult to spend time with the family. So do you agree with that, or what is your suggestion of that?
I will talk from personal experience. In the beginning, when the children were small, Naina, that is my partner in service, was looking after the children more. And I was also not giving that much time to Lionism. Once the children are settled, and then she is now more interested in Lionism than even I am. She would like to give more time. So it is always a question of adjusting. Some things in the family are always important. Something in Lionism is what is your personal goals, your personal dreams are also there. I think whenever you are in a sound state of mind, you are able to manage both these things very effectively. Whenever there is stress, of course, then the family will stand by with you and let you decide whether Lionism or family. I think so. Again, your strong emotional family bond will help you give more time to Lionism also. That is what we want ultimately.
The easiest tip is straightforward, is make your club a family club. Right. There is a comment about the joint family system, which has broken now, and is mental anxiety and stress because of that?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
The breaking away of the joint family system, has it contributed to mental anxiety?
I think a joint family system was definitely better to prevent mental ill health. It has its positive, it has its negatives. Probably the positives were more than the negatives, and definitely the incidences of mental ill health were less when we were having a joint family. With now the nuclear family, and especially even what nuclear family, I would say that the children going abroad and the emptiness syndrome, whenever there is there, I think that definitely has added to a little stress and will definitely increase the mental illness. But again, an individual, the one he has got a strong family bond, he will be able to overcome the stress better and will prevent going into over the edge and going into mental illness. So again, it's a question of response. But definitely,
Mudassir, a subsequent question to that: can one be happy when one is alone?
working alone.
Can one be happy when one is alone, when does not have a family, or maybe living alone for whatever reason?
Man is a social animal. The most of us, I would say, the most of us would be happier if they're working with someone, and most of us will be happy if they're getting appreciation for someone. So appreciation makes a man as a social animal very happy. Of course, there are individuals who are happy working alone, probably especially the highly thinking people or the more, let's say, intelligent people who would like to concentrate on their work. I think they will be happier if they are left alone and will be applying their mind properly without any distraction. So again, of course, it depends on the individual. The majority would be working with someone and enjoying fellowship and friendship as we do in Lions. Most of us, we are fellowship, friendship. We would prefer to be in Lions together. I think that is one of the main fellowship is one of the main reasons. Service, of course, is there, but the fellowship we get in Lionism, that's why we spend more. We want to give more time to Lionism.
Thank you, Dr. Mudassir. There is a last question from Rajesh Kumar Agarwal. I don't know, he raised his hand, but he's not in front of the camera, I think. Rajesh Kumar, yeah.
Rajesh Agarwal is the lead donor from our district.
I know him, yes. Sir, Rajesh ji.
And a close friend of mine.
Rajesh ji, do you have a question?
No, I didn't have a question. There was a discussion about the family. Yes, actually, this close family, the joint family, it definitely leads to a better environment, and this is very important. You see, this is also proven scientifically. Reason, in the past, there was very less suicide. Right now, today, we have taken up the subject of suicide. In the past, what we have seen, we have never seen so much of suicide what we see today. One of the reason was when we are living in a joint family, we are in a different environment. Now, this loneliness has always led to a lot of single thinking. This is also one of the basic reason of negative thoughts and what is happening today. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajesh ji. I'll take one last brief question from Ramesh.
Bhandari ji has
Sir,
raised it.
Bhandari ji has raised the
Yeah,
hand
next
since
after
long.
this question, we'll invite him. Yeah.
So,
Ramesh, quick
yeah,
question.
Dr. Mudassir rightly said the family bonding. But coming to the young generation, now the equality of the job opportunities and freedom. So, a lot of youngsters are not going to the marriage and family bond. Everyone going a single life, individual life. And the recent statistics also a lot of diverse cases also happening. So, can you give me the background how we can go that area and how we can communicate and how we can strengthen that family bond?
I agree with you. Probably the divorce cases are definitely more. Uh, I think with everyone trying to do better and better in their professional lives, definitely there are challenges. So the couples may not be gelling together because of giving more time to the profession and the professional uh, the competition. So probably, I think whenever there is some issues like this which lead diverse, definitely I would say one, if we can explain, I am not basically a counselor, but the marriage counselor will definitely be able to, one of the person have to adjust to the other person so that they can get along together. Of course, once it reaches the stage of where they just cannot get along with each other, then we go ahead with the divorce. But the marriage counselor always, I think, tries to find a way where he can get the couple to get on the same level and probably help each other. Or if we can say a middle of the path where instead of competing with everyone and creating a fissure in among themselves, they can work together and improve their wherever they are trying to reach. So no, they can help each other. And if that solves the problem, I
Thank
think
you,
that.
Dr. Mudassir. PID Bhandari ji.
Yeah, thank you, nagaRAJU. First of all, let me compliment Dr. Mudassir for presenting a simple subject very simply.
Yeah.
You know, it has been so simplified and so very nicely presented. My compliments to you, Mudassir. But I would like to add one thing, nagaRAJU and Mudassir.
Yes, sir.
I think you should now prepare episode 2 of this family bond. How to avoid the family stress. Now, what we are saying is to avoid stress or mental health, we need family bonding. Yes, very true. But there are cases where family stress is increasing. So
That's true.
maybe we can prepare episode 2 of the same subject, where how to avoid family stress also. Just think over that. I don't know, but that may help all of us. Thank you very much, Mudassir, for very nice presentation. And one more line I wanted to add is about the time that we spend in Lionism. All the family join up and have more time in Lionism, serving community and getting stress free. That is just my suggestion. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for those inputs. We will certainly consider coming up with another series of such presentations useful to everybody. I think Deepak ji is ready now for the presentation. On a very comic note, all these years I thought loneliness was happier than the tensions of a family, but Mudassir has cleared my misconception and he told me the pleasures of being in the company of a large family. Thank you very much. Over to